Awesome. I'm not sure if this is working yet. So I'm trying to check YouTube to see if we are live. Okay, so it's showing here on YouTube that we are live already. So let me see if I can get the URL so I can share with people. So hey, what's up? My name is Aremu Smog and welcome to Webboss YouTube channel. So in this live streaming session, we would be migrating our current website webboss.com.ng from our current server to a new server. So the old server we are using is not large enough. It has just about 2 gigabytes of storage. So we are moving to a larger hosting that will give us like 5 gigabytes of storage. So yeah, so that's what this session is about. So I'm not doing this alone. I have team members that will be doing this with. I have Eni here, and Adiola should be joining us soon too. Eni Alpha, how you doing?
Evening.
Yeah, also good evening. So I'm actually trying to see if I can get the link for this live stream. Okay, share. Okay, yeah, cool. So I want to put it on my WhatsApp status so that
I'm doing that too.
Oh, awesome. I think I could send you that picture of the live stream.
Okay.
Yeah, so that you would. So I'll share that to you on WhatsApp now. The last time I tried to live stream, that was on Wednesday. This mentorship stuff that I'm doing there, it ended in tears. I didn't know that I was supposed to come inside YouTube to come and set things up. I only just like I was just streaming directly from OBS. But I guess lesson learned now. Yeah. Yo, so while we are waiting for Adiola, I think we can get to it. So
Okay,
yeah, you know the gist now. So we want to move our current website from the current host to a new host, and
yes.
yeah. So let me share my screen so that you can see. The people who are streaming this would be able to see, but you will not be able to see yet. So I hope Adiola is able to join us too, because all these things in the future, you might have a client that says, I need this thing, or one thing like that. And if you don't know how to do it, that's your money gone, bro. So so let me just share Chrome. Yeah, cool. I think we should have our remote presenting now. Yeah. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
All right. So yeah. So the hosting company we are using is Host, and while even for this session we'll still be we'll be moving. We are still moving within Host, but we are using another account. So the account that we're using before, we are like an add-on domain, and it's just like we have just about 2 gig of storage. But the current so I bought a reseller package from Host last week, which gives about 20 gigabytes of storage. So we'll be using 5 gigabytes out of that storage for the website, because at the moment we are even like maybe 70% done with the 2 gigabytes that we have. So it only makes sense for us to migrate, and coupled with the fact that our hosting will actually be expiring tomorrow. So we need to kind of put things in order before it expires and they delete all our files. So I'll be logging into the current host now. And while I think there are various ways to do this, I think for me this is like the approach that I would naturally take for things like this. Let me turn off WhatsApp to avoid notifications. Okay. So Adiola is saying she's not sure yet, that she's still trying to set something. So I'll just tell her, that's fine. You can join us.
Okay.
You can. So let me just add that we have started though. So when migrating websites, I think there's actually no big deal. It's just a function of, you're moving from one server to the other. update your DNS records, then move the files. So where I think the majority of the problem might actually be in terms of internet access, especially considering here in Nigeria, where our internet is not so strong. So that's like the only thing that I see could cause a problem here. But aside that, the whole procedure is not actually as complicated as it sounds. When you hear about website migration and all those things, it looks like rocket science. So this is the current hosting we are using, webbus.ng. So I'm logged into UgoHost now. UgoHost is our hosting service. I've been using them for about 4 or 5 years now, and they give excellent service. By the way, there's an affiliate link in the description of this video. So if you want to try out UgoHost, please click on that link in order to support us for this free educational material. So I'll log into cPanel. So cPanel is loading up. Yeah, and you see here we have used 1.52 gigabyte of 1.95 gigabyte. So I'll come to File Manager. Come back to File Manager. Let me see. Is anybody joining us? Oh, one concurrent viewer. Okay. So our current domain is actually an add-on domain to the main domain. So I'll come over public_HTML. And our website is stored under webbus.com.ng. So here's what we can do. I think the first thing I want to do is I want to remove all these files that we are not using on the server. But like this 6.3 MB guy, delete, skip trash, confirm. We are not using this file. Then let me see what other files. All these useless files that have just been on the server. I think is high time the left. So yeah, okay, so I'll come over here. So apparently I can't move all this folder and just go and dump it in the next server. So what I can do in this case is let me remove this guy. So what I can do in this case is just to zip the file.
Okay,
so these are our whole website, including the blog. So this is the whole website. We have this, the blog, and every other thing that is working on the website. So I'll come up one level, webbus.com.ng, then I would say compress. So for anybody who is watching or anybody who will watch this sometime in the future, if what you are trying to migrate is your root domain, so your root domain is like the domain you bought with the hosting, what you'll be compressing would be public_HTML. This is the file you'll be exporting to your new server, not this webbus.com.ng server. So because this is an add-on domain, sorry, this is not a crash course into domain and all of those things. So I would have talked about add-on domain and all of those things. But because this is an add-on domain, that's why we're having to compress this webbus.com.ng folder. So I'll come over here, compress. So I'll select zip, so that I won't have issues in the future. Then I'll compress files. This file will be large, will be very, very, very large. So it might take some time. Okay, so we are compressing about 1 gigabyte I'll be close to 2 gigabytes of file. So this is only natural. Like, I'm not surprised this is taking so much time. So maybe I can just take that time to talk about other things. This is a live stream session. People are supposed to be learning other things other than looking at compressing some bunch of file. So when you're working with domains, so add-on domain is this. So you bought a hosting, and let's say you bought a hosting of, let's say, 7 gigabytes or something from UgoHost. I won't talk much about UgoHost because UgoHost is not sponsoring this video. So I would have talked about UgoHost in details. But you bought an hosting, and that hosting is large enough for you to be able to add other domains to that hosting so that you share the resources of that hosting. So that domain you add to the hosting is an add-on domain. That's like that. I think that's straightforward. Then there are subdomains. Subdomain is you bought a domain, say webbus.com.ng, and you want to create a blog. Then you now do something like blog.webbus.com.ng. That's a subdomain. So the root domain is the domain that you bought with the hosting, webbuzz.com.ng. It could be anything, aremusmog.com.ng, smogdaddy.com, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So I don't know, is it possible to pause a live stream? Because this guy seems to be taking so much time. And I don't think it will make sense for people to just be watching, the file compress. I don't think it's the best. Yeah, so yeah. Okay. We should be done any moment from now. Hey. Oh. And I did not even think about something. Oh. Are you still here? So.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, one mistake I think I might have made is the entire storage that is allowed on this server is 2 gig, and we are trying to compress a file of 1.5 gig. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Well,
so we might not. And we want to store it on the same server, so it may not work.
That's true.
But let's see how this goes. I actually didn't think about that. So that's another important thing. So if it doesn't work that way, so I guess what I would do is this. I would probably just first compress the blog section of the website, export it, then take out other parts, then just export one after the other like that for usage. So if this doesn't work, it should pop up an error or something that one thing. You should speak some English. So that.
Sure.
I didn't think about that though. I didn't think about it at all. Shit. I didn't want to go ahead and do all the things that were supposed to be done in this session before session. So that's why I think I could have compressed this file and we just move things and all those things. But I just feel like it will not make sense. People need to see how these things go in real life. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Yo. Let me do like all those radio people used to do. In case you are just joining us, what we are doing is migrating our current website from one server to the other. And what you are seeing on the screen that looks boring is we trying to compress the files on our current website so that we can easily export. So one other alternative that we can use actually in situations like this, but I as much as possible personally try to avoid this option. And here's the reason. Is that once there is interruption with like your internet or whatsoever, there is a problem. I don't know, like things begin to work the way they are not supposed to work. And another option that is coming to my head right now is for us to use JITs. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we can pull the files to GitHub. Like if this compression method does not work, I think we can pull the files to GitHub. Then from GitHub, pull the file back to our computer locally. Then we upload to the new server. That kind of thing. So the other alternative we can use is actually FileZilla. So FileZilla is an FTP client for transferring files from your computer to your laptop and from your laptop to your computer, vice versa. So while this is still trying to connect, let me try and see if I can download FileZilla.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me download FileZilla. So apparently, anybody that wants to join this session should just bear in mind that this will actually be a long session because we spent how many minutes trying to compress file now. So let me go to downloads. Wow, this thing never compressed finish. All right. Okay, FileZilla is done. So as an alternative, I'm trying to spin up FileZilla. So I'll try and see if I can start the download with FileZilla, because this guy does not appear like it's going to work. I agree. Bring data. So next assets. I was supposed to decline. I don't need any additional software. I don't need Avast to installing resource files. Is that Adela? So you need to say, oh, okay. Awesome. So finish. Okay. So we'll still talk about WebBoss. Okay, maybe I should just briefly talk about WebBoss. So if you're watching this video, WebBoss is an online platform that covers stories, listings, and we write technical tutorials and articles to help your web development journey. So the idea is this: whether our main target are actually junior developers and mid-level developers. So we write technical articles that's like, we break it down to like the barest minimum that you can easily relate with. We write stories about ourselves, the challenges that we are facing, how we are overcoming them on a daily basis, and we list websites, especially targeted at Nigeria and Africa in general. So we are doing more of Nigeria at the moment, but we'll be doing Africa as time goes on. So if you go on our website, if you are looking for the list of list of the website of churches, of schools, and so on and so forth, if you go on our blog, you will see these listings. And if there's a listing you could not find, you can easily mail us at reviews@webboss.com.ng and we'll get on this. So we're actually a very small team working hard in order to put quality content and resources out there. So that's pretty much about WebBoss. So yeah. We drop articles every Wednesday. We have an ongoing series at the moment, which is called Monday Demotivation, where we talk about like the really hardcore things. We go beyond the perspire to aspire. Sure you get. We focus on how you can acquire that your space in the web development journey. So we talk about how difficult it is to pick up a framework and how you can overcome it. As to why you should not become a web developer, but we tell you about the advantages of becoming a web developer when you finally get good at the craft, that kind of thing. So that's basically how we vibe, and everything we do here is built with vibes and inshallah. So let me go back to cPanel. So let me see if I can get my FTP details. And by the way, this is actually our first live stream. We hope to do more in the future. Yeah. We hope to do more in the future. So yeah, so what I need now is FTP. So FTP connections. I think this is not actually FTP connections. There should be a section for FTP accounts. The interesting thing about working with platforms like cPanel is just know what you want to do. It's there. In fact, it's been long I think I did anything tangible with cPanel, because most projects I tend to work on are like hosted on Netlify, Heroku, DigitalOcean, and the likes. So it can be quite difficult to, but you find your way around. So what you can do, I can click on users actually. I can click on users. Then I can quickly spin up. I can quickly create an account. Yeah, I should be able to create an account. Say, okay, yeah. So, so sorry, I'll be removing. I'll be removing this guy from this from this screen so that somebody does not attempt to hack our FTP details. But this is actually temporary. You won't be able to use it for anything. So I'll call this guy migration. Okay, let me show you how it's going, Seth. Let me show you. So I'll call this guy migration. Username, I will say migration. I'll say migration at webboss.com.ng. Contact